Alright guys, today is Wednesday and we got a brand new drop list. So stay tuned. Welcome back, gamers, to another incredible, exciting, fantastic, super episode of Comic Games! If you're new to the show, I'm Adam.
I'm Zach, and the Prince of Royal Highness. Looking very lovely today, just like usual, as you well know. Do that Prince of Wave and bow down.
There you go. Alright guys, so today is Wednesday, and back by popular demand, we have the latest drop list for the Comic Games. So, you know what we do? We scour the internet for hot comic books from 1 year ago, and we try to find out which ones went in the toilet. Not necessarily in the toilet, but some books that dropped in price, and we report those findings to you guys so you can make some either good decisions on whether to pick them up because they went low or let them keep going lower because they're not so good. So, we got that for you, and Princess has some games she got from Whatnot from JC Comics, so we're going to be opening up that as well, but we will save that till the end. Some mystery bag action. Not quite a mystery box, but a mystery bag. So, it'll all make sense when we get there.
Yeah.
But before we do that, one thing that's not a mystery, if you buy alcohol in a clear bottle, you know exactly what it looks like.
Yes, it's a pea color. Yes. It should be pretty good.
I filled that up for you.
Mimosa Hard Cider by One Tree Hard Cider.
One Tree.
I think it's only like 5%, but other thing you might not know, and it doesn't say, someone here is a 0.2, and 0.2 is the best part. Alright, let's get into this. Okay. Oh, that's it. It does taste like a mimosa.
I'm sure. Hopefully it's good. If it's low alcohol percentage, it should taste pretty good. Mimosa.
Thought I done told ya.
Alright, so now we're on to the drop list. So this has been a lot of fun for us. Maybe this is actually not always easy to find comics that were hot a year ago that dropped. Because luckily that's a good thing because, you know, being in the comic industry, we don't necessarily want a lot of comics to go down unless we're hunting for them and we don't have them. So sometimes, you know, sometimes it's twofold. Alright, let's get into it. So starting out the list at number 5, we have Oblivion Song. This is from 2018. It's an Image Comics book written by Robert Kirkman. Pretty cool story. I haven't read this at all. I love a lot of Robert Kirkman stuff. Obviously, Invincible, Walking Dead. Pretty cool guy. Knows what he's doing when he writes a book. This one, it goes from issue 1 all the way through 36. So not as long as some of his huge long runs, but a little bit longer. It actually ends in June of this year. So the last book, issue 33, comes out in June of this year. So a lot of those collected books should be coming out. Not having read this, I can't tell you a lot about it, but in the explanation they say 300,000 people from Philadelphia are magically transported to Oblivion. I'm not quite sure what that means. Let us know in the comments if you guys, if you know a little bit more about that. But this book was getting hot a year ago when it got announced that Jake Gyllenhaal is going to produce this and star in this. So pretty cool and exciting. I love Jake Gyllenhaal and like everything. Even like his kind of not good movies like Prince of Persia was still awesome. It's Jake Gyllenhaal. You know, Mysterio, all that goodness. Super great actor. Be on the lookout. There is a pink signature variant that is a little bit more expensive and a foil cover that has a different picture on it that's even more expensive. But Zach, hit us with the numbers on this.
So a sale a year ago was $75. Recent sale of CGC 9.8 was $50. Not a huge drop, but for those, it's getting closer to half. I mean, I'd probably wait on it a little bit before I bought it. Like, buy the raw copy. Why not? There's 1,540 CGC 9.8s. There's 95 signed, and then 1 unfortunate qualified.
Oh, whoa.
I would be so mad if that was that person. Oh my god. Qualified.
Oh,
Don't waste my time. Alright.
Yeah. Hopefully the show or movie or whatever it is a success. You know, it's not too expensive, so if you do like the story lots, it's a good time maybe to get into it. Alright, next up on the list we have New Avengers number 40, and this is the second print, so not the first print. We actually don't have this book at all, but this is a Marvel book, obviously, from 2008, Brian Michael Bendis story. Just an awesome run. This run is so full of keys, just jam-packed full of keys, just an incredible story. But number 40 is the first appearance of Varenke, I want to say that right, the Skrull Queen. So obviously there's rumors, I think at this time a year ago it was rumored that Emilia Clarke was going to be possibly playing this character. I think there's like 4 characters she's rumored to play, so don't bet on any one. Don't put all your eggs in one basket on one of these characters that she's going to play. But we've actually found cover A quite a few times. Sold some of them, kept some of them. I actually don't like cover A that much. It's a little weird what's going on. It's kind of like very dark and you kind of see the characters in the background. But the second print is a dope cover. It's a wraparound, really beautiful picture. And then she is on the cover. I think she's actually on the back of the cover. But really, really cool. And it's slightly more valuable than the first one. But just pretty cool. What do you think on this one, Zach?
So sell a year ago was $599.95. Most recent sale is $450. It had a range of $350 to $599.95. The highest sale. Average $421.99. I would say buy it raw again. I don't think you should buy this grade at this point. Just it's so new, and if you can find enough of them, you can just like spray and pray method. Just send them all in and hope for a couple of 9.0. Spray and pray. If you can get 25 of them, that's probably the best solution right there.
Yeah, it's a thing. Like if I feel like she's gonna show up, but who's gonna play her? And then like once it's over, is the book's I'm surprised it's worth that much. It's that expensive of a book. You know, for not that major of a key. I mean, you might really like it, but it seems weird that it's that expensive.
It's a villain, and villains usually don't last for too long, unless you're Thanos.
Yeah, and the second print went down, but the cover A's actually kind of stayed the same, which is interesting. But the second print one actually went down a lot more, and is more expensive, though. So, number 3 on the list is kind of a cool one. We got a DC book. This is Injustice, Gods Among Us. And it's a DC comic from 2013. It's a Tom Taylor story. Pretty cool. It's adapted from the video game of the same name. So the video game actually came out first. It does have Lois Lane dies in the story, but not in continuity. So I don't know if that really matters at all. But they are working on... So a year ago, they were planning on adapting this to a TV show, which I think would be pretty cool. I'm not a huge video game person myself, but I did play this game, and I thought it was pretty fun and interesting. It's kind of like a Mortal Kombat Street Fighter style, but there's a very in-depth storyline in between each fight. So you actually get to kind of watch a movie of something happening in there where something happened, and all of a sudden you're like, bam, you're fighting this guy like one-on-one, you know, just kind of like fight to the death. And then after you defeat that person, then the story continues. And I thought it was a really good story. Like, I just played it for the story. The fighting was cool, I guess, if you like video games, but the story was really cool. And then it's nice that they brought it into a comic book after that. And I know they've done a couple. You can even find those at the arcade. You can play them. Yeah, Injustice at the arcade. But what do you got on this one, Zach?
So we got 1 year ago CGC 9.8 of $325 and a current sale of $139. Whoa. That's a pretty big drop.
Big drop.
Range 135, 325. I mean, I didn't have to say it. Average 204. I mean, for $130-ish for all black cover, it looks kind of iconic. Great Joker right in basically the middle. I would actually buy this. The thing is, will it increase very heavily year after year after year? Probably not. Yeah. But it will increase. I think it should be at least a $200 book. So
it's weird that it has. I mean, it's basically a video game book. You know, it's a comic book based on a video game. So clearly the video game was good. Clearly the comic book was good. Otherwise, it should be worth nothing. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
It should be. Like, with the information we're giving you, it should be worth nothing.
Yeah. It should be worth nothing. But buy a graded one. And for this price, buy it.
All right. So we got next up. We got a big one. And unfortunately, we don't have this book. We wish we had it. Number 2 on the list is Werewolf by Night 32. You have Marvel Comics 1975. Doug Monik is the author on this book. Probably butchered the name on that one, but first appearance of Moon Knight, and he actually plays a villain in this story. So his first 3 appearances, he's a villain, which is kind of cool. You know, Werewolf by Night's the good guy, Moon Knight's the bad guy. A dope show, really cool show. Disney Plus, you got him played by Oscar Isaac, did a fantastic role. It's amazing how they went less superhero in it. You know, like less of him actually dressed up like Moon Knight and more of just like the character background and learning a lot of that stuff about it. I thought the show was really, really, really cool. Not my favorite of all the shows, but it definitely had a different twist where you enjoyed it for a different reason. Kind of like less being a superhero.
It was entertaining.
Yeah. Yeah. Really, really cool. But Zach has some interesting numbers on this one. What do you got on this one, Zach?
So, it was hard to find a lot of CGC 9.8. In fact, there was only one. I think it sold for $75,000.
Yeah.
And a CGC 9.8. Jeez, who has that kind of money? So I found a fair amount in 9.0. So we got the range a year ago. Not the range. A year ago, it was selling for $7,200, and then now it's $4,305. And the range $4,305 to $9,500 straight. Average $6,229.29. Buy it in the lower grades because you can.
Yeah.
I'm sure Adam was gonna just say that. The lower grades seemed like they took a big hit. The high grades, probably 9.4 and up, probably didn't see that much of a reduction.
Yeah, we noticed it was kind of interesting because we almost didn't put this on the list because it was like 9.6 and 9.4 pretty much stayed the same from a year ago to today. Didn't fluctuate at all, but once you got below 9.4, the prices just plummeted. So that's interesting to come across that. We haven't really noticed that as much before. Mm-hmm. So it's kind of like, even myself really wanting this book, I was willing to probably get it in any grade just to have it. So once that kind of goes away and people are like, maybe I should look for the higher grade because that's the better investment would be to get the higher grade. Then you kind of see the prices change a little bit. I still want this in any grade though. I'd
say wait another 3 to 6 months and then check back, see how much it's dropped from there. It's probably not going to drop too much more crazy, but...
Or he gets a second show, or he shows up in an Avengers movie, and then it's going to go right back up.
Yeah, but the show just got done, so the price is going to go down a little bit. It may take 3 to 6 months. That's why.
That's a good, 3 to 6 months is a good,
That's what I'm thinking.
All right. And last but not least on the list, we have number 1, X-Men number 130. This is from Volume 1, 1980. A John Byrne, Chris Claremont story. Oh, that's a nice copy there, Zach. First appearance of the Dazzler. Just such a beautiful cover on this one. It is a quadruple key, I guess you'd say. Second appearance of Kitty Pryde and Emma Frost. And first appearance of Sebastian Shaw, the Black King.
Everybody forgets.
Yeah. So pretty awesome book overall. Mm-hmm. I think this, the reason this book was really hot a year ago is you have all those rumors of which X-Men characters are going to bring into the MCU first. Mm-hmm. I think Dazzler is an interesting character in the X-Men universe. She hasn't played like a huge role. It's like they put her in kind of random places. Mm-hmm. She was a big deal with Secret Wars 2. The Beyonder was kind of getting the grind on her a little bit. Mm-hmm. But definitely a cool character. I know in that story they ask her to join the X-Men. She turns them down. Mm-hmm. So she doesn't even come back to join the X-Men until much later on. But it is something that the original Fox X-Men didn't use her. She may have showed up a little bit as a cameo person in the, but they didn't really use her at all. So it would be smart for the MCU to use characters that Fox show didn't go heavily on, give them kind of a new idea. But what do you think on this one, Zach?
So year ago, so far in a CGC 9.0, $2,500. Recent sales of $1,895, a range of $1,600 to $3,050, and that $3,050 was a newsstand. But the newsstand and direct, I think, have basically the same printing. Mm-hmm. I think it's 1981 it came out. So average $2,035.71. If you got the cash, I would buy this book. Mm-hmm. Buy at least a 9.4, 9.6. That was a personal copy I sent in, and I'm surprised I got a 9.0. Maybe I didn't press it. But, oops.
Lesson learned.
That was probably one of my first submissions.
It's an old label, too.
But, yeah, I would say buy this book. Highly advise you to buy this book. Because, like Adam said, there's 2 first appearances. Do you say it's first appearance of the White Queen?
No.
Okay.
A second appearance of Kitty Pryde and Emma Frost.
Okay. Yeah. Good. Yeah. It has first appearance and 2 first appearances and 2 great second appearances that will eventually
and the iconic cover,
which will eventually make the price go up even more because the first appearance of those 2 characters. It's going crazy, guys. It's going crazy.
I wouldn't mind if you just saw a Dazzler TV show. You don't even have to have her in anything else. Just let her do her own thing. Whoop some people's butts using music, mutant power, whatever she does. Just yelling at people through the microphone. God! Take that! But excellent book. So that's the drop list for this week. You guys seem to be really enjoying this. We're enjoying putting these down with you. So stay tuned for that. All right, one more thing. We got to open mystery stuff, and we didn't open anything mystery on Monday. So Princess has a mystery pull bag from JC Comics and whatnot. So look up JC. He's a friend of the princesses and does an excellent show. So this is an interesting way. There, I noticed that on whatnot, people do a lot of interesting things when they're selling stuff. So you can basically bid up. So he sells, like, there's a mystery bag, so you don't even know what's in the mystery bag. And starting bid was $80. And then if you win the mystery bag, you also get a mystery comic to go along with that. So it's like a double mystery action. So she bought two of the mystery bags, each for $80. So there's two $80 bags in here with one extra pull for each bag. So that makes sense. I'm almost kind of confusing myself. But it's kind of a cool way to, like, turn into a little bit more gambling and less, like, just buying the one book that somebody shows you. So it's kind of cool. Interesting way. You know, we like the mystery action here, but, ooh, Texas Comic Crew beer koozie. I like that. You can keep your beers warm, Zach.
Yeah.
So we'll see what you get. So you don't necessarily know what you were going to get in the bag, and then you didn't know what you were going to get in the pull, but I believe he kind of guaranteed the value at least over the $80. You got to make sure you're getting your value worth. But there was some really big prizes, chance to win. So that's kind of like the incentive to do it, where you're like, let me get like a really big book. And I think Princess got a slab out of that action. So I'm guessing the two bigger is one in a top loader and one in a slab. So I'm guessing those are the two bigger books here. So let's start out with the two pull books. Three pull books. So you got, oh, dang. Is that one of the good ones? Okay, never mind. Okay. That was not one of the pull books. So you got Teen Titans East number 43. And I don't know what this is. By Jeff Johns. Zach?
It seems similar. I think it's an early appearance of Miss Martian.
Miss Martian, okay.
Yeah.
Ooh. Whoa.
It's a villain cover.
Okay.
Pretty dope.
All right. So,
wait, what the?
And then we got a poll here. So the next poll one, and I know what this is. We're just talking about this. New Avengers Annual number 1. This is the marriage between Jessica Jones and Luke Cage. Pretty crazy. Did you not know that was in there? Princess got a mystery bag. Was that like a maybe? I don't know. All right. Okay. So those were the two poll books. And apparently, if you stayed to the end of the show, you found out if you won the big book, the grand prize. So I guess whoever wins each one gets entered in for the grand prize. I don't know. I wasn't on this thing, so Princess should be explaining this. But so we got, these are two of the books that you won for the $80 one. I'm explaining this. Is crazy. This is a cool book. So you got Invincible Iron Man number 9. This is the first appearance of Riri in costume, but this is the second print, which makes this even more special. Is Riri's face is on the cover, which is not in the first print. So I think it's actually kind of similar price to the first print. It's not significantly more expensive or less expensive.
Yeah, I don't think it's too much. I think it's.
And it's blue. More. The other one's like red.
Sorry, I had to burp.
Oh yeah, get those burp gains out. And then this is the other 80s. That's why 80s, because this is labeled a $150 book. So this was $80 to win this one. I know Zach's gonna like this.
For me?
This is right up Zach's alley.
For me?
Looks like
Jesus.
Justice League Dark
9.6
in a 9.6, and yeah, this is just, I think it's the first appearance of the Justice League Dark together. Who's in the team, Zach?
So there's Zatanna, I believe. There's John Constantine, I believe.
I don't know. I thought maybe you knew it. That was Dead Man.
Swamp Thing.
Oh yeah, Constantine. Yeah.
Swamp Thing.
There's Constantine.
I think 2 other characters.
There's Dead Man.
Dead Man, yeah, and then there's crap. Anyways, it doesn't matter.
If anyone wants to leave the list of Justice League Dark in the comments, we'll be happy to know.
I can't remember all of them.
Cool book though, and apparently she had no idea this was going to be in here. Yeah, you did. You won the grand prize. So this is cool. So the grand prize was Thor number 1. Here, I'm gonna let you fill this up.
It's a good time to get this book.
Wow, that's crazy. So interesting about Thor number 1.
Jeez.
I believe it's actually not Jane Foster's first appearance. Yeah, grand prize. It's not her first appearance. It's only on the cover. She's not actually in the story till what, book 3? I think
book 2.
Book 2? Yeah.
Book
Interesting,
2.
but cool. Look how excited she is. Grand prize!
They hoodwinked you with that book.
That's pretty crazy. So
they hoodwinked me.
Yeah. So check those out. You know, it's kind of cool when people do those extra features where your name goes on the wheel. I know Wink does that a lot. When you go watch Wink's Whatnot, you get on like a wheel and you get to win the extra books at the end. So really cool feature. Really cool feature. All right, guys, that's going to wrap the show up for today. As usual, if you like the show, love the show, hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the notification bell so you always know when new things are going down. Leave us a comment down below. A lot of things to talk about today. You know, some cool stuff. You guys are loving the drop list, so that's cool. And Princess is loving the free comics, so that's awesome as well. Zach, what are you going to hit us with?
You gotta share. I'm gonna hit you with my best shot.
Fire away.
Fire away. So, how do you do it? You have to have like a weird kind of mind. It's kind of like that.
Check.
Check. It's kind of like that one show that you guys all dig. It's about, you know, the end of the world and what is that movie called? Oh, whatever. I never liked it. But anyways, you have to. No, that's what I like the movie, but I've seen it too many times. So, anyways, you have to believe that you have to like keep this wall painted in fresh blood of your enemies, right? So you have to do that every day. It's a limited mini series that a lot of people don't know about, but it's freaking ridiculous. And one of the people that co-created Invader Zim. Anyways, it's like a 5-part issue, and you gotta like do this, do that. Oh, okay, and then you're like, finally you talk yourself out of doing that because this is wrong. I must be crazy. I must be safe. So he doesn't do it for a day, and then you let the demon spawns in.
Oh, that book's awesome.
Johnny the Homicidal Maniac. Yeah. A lot of people. Apparently, it's a great read. I read it through once, and I don't remember hardly anything about it.
That doesn't surprise me.
It's weird.
But weird thing about that book, there's like 43 printings or
something. There's like a million printings.
So be careful when you find that book because we keep finding it all the time, and it's never the first print.
And the first print is the one that's worth the most.
Yeah, it's worth a lot of money. It's a cool cover. Yeah.
Great story. People tricked me a couple times. Oh yeah, it's the first print. It's like no, it's not the first print.
All right, guys. Until we see you next time, stay safe and remember.
Definitely get those gains. First print gains.
Yeah. Don't get those second print gains
unless it's rare.
Unless it's rare.